What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another BNGO, bionano genomics update for you in this one. At the current time, the stock is absolutely crashing. It is down about 18% right now. It had a halt earlier in the day on volatility and then came back down off of that halt. This stock is in a very bad position right now, and we're going to go over all of the different reasons why this stock has been crashing and maybe some strategies that you can get into to protect your position, or maybe if you should just get out. So before we get into all of that, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me get this information out to as many people as possible, and it lets you stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, and you get to learn about a couple of new ones and some of my really special trading strategies. So the main reason for this drop today in BNGO is that they announced a share offering. So pre-market, this article says that bionano genomics dropped 21% after pricing the stock offering. So yesterday they announced that they were going to do an offering of some kind, but no details were released. And this morning, we got all of the details of this offering. So if we take a look at it, bionano genomics has priced its public offering of 29 million about common shares at $3.05 a share. If we go back and look at the share price, it was trading at almost $5 a share, and they came out and said that they were going to do an offering way less than the current share price. That is a very bad sign. Usually, if the offering is slightly less than the share price that the stock is currently trading at, it's not that big of a deal. But when you take basically 40% off of the current share price, and that's where you offer the new stock, that's just a very bad sign. So the underwriters also have an over allotment, basically an option to exercise an additional 4 million shares if they choose so. And the closing date for this is going to be January 12th. Right now, this is a pretty bad sign. But what we usually see with these stock offerings is we see a sharp sell-off, and then once we get the news on what the company is going to be using the money for, we see some sort of bounce. So I will go over what we should be looking for in this announcement that they're going to make on January 12th about what they're going to be using the money for and how the information in that release is going to maybe push the share price higher. Recently, BNGO also had a pretty massive week. They were up about 400%, especially on Monday when the stock went up 115%. So essentially what they did was they completed a comprehensive analysis of a single genome of a high-functioning individual with the autism spectrum disorder. So bionano believes that this could help improve healthcare outcomes for these individual people. This is a pretty good sign. People who live on the autism spectrum have a pretty good quality of life if they are high functioning, but we could see some very interesting and some bad health effects if they are a non-high functioning individual. But I'm not an expert in genomic mapping, but if they can use this technology in order to figure out some treatments and to make the quality of lives of these people better, I think that's something that we could all get behind, and this company could have a very bright future. So bionano genomics has a very unique software that they use to do this genomic mapping. So if we come down here, Bionano's optical genome mapping platform is called the Saphyr, and it has been shown to be more effective at finding structural variants than its competitors. And in addition, it's also significantly more cost effective. And these are the reasons that analysts expect Saphyr to gain broader adoption in genome sequencing and research applications. So we can see that an analyst goes as far as to say Saphyr has the potential to change the clinical diagnostic landscape, due in part to its time, labor, and cost efficiencies. So if there are consumers out there, and there definitely are a lot of them, for these types of genomic mapping platform products, they usually have to do it basically by hand usually, and some other form of human labor. And when you do these types of processes by hand, it introduces an element of human error. But if you use the Saphyr product, it eliminates a lot of that human error, and it's more cost effective. So if you're in the business for these types of products, this is an amazing advancement in this field, and we could see bionano go way higher in terms of valuation if this type of software becomes widely adopted in this field. Bionano has been around for a decently long amount of time, and recently NASDAQ announced that it granted the company an additional 180-day compliance period, or until June 28th, 2021, to regain compliance with NASDAQ's minimum $1 closing bid price per share requirement. So NASDAQ requires all of the stocks that are traded on its exchanges to be traded at a price of higher than $1. And at the current time that this came out, BNGO was trading at around the 55-cent to 60-cent mark, and that was a true penny stock. So penny stocks are usually anything between like basically 0 cents and all the way up to $5, but this stock was a actually true penny stock and was trading under $1. And the company also said down here that during the company's written notice of its intention to cure the deficiency during the second compliance period by effecting a reverse stock split if necessary. That is usually a very terrible sign for a company. Now, it's if you have 10 shares of a company and they're going to do a reverse stock split, you will have less shares in the company, but the share price will go up. It's just not a good thing for a company to do. It just kind of shows that they have just a weak business model and just weak earnings, so that the investors do not have enough confidence in them to push the price above $1. Right after this compliance period extension was announced, BioNano ended up releasing their study about the genomic mapping on the autism study, so they really had a sharp rally. But if we can go back to the chart right here, we can see that it is still down around 15%. I said in a couple of my other videos on BNGO that I'm going to be waiting to get into a position. And the reason for this is that the stock has been so volatile over the past couple of days. And if I'm buying shares of a company, I don't plan on selling them for at least 10 years. When I buy shares, I'm a buy and hold investor. I don't like to sell or swing trade actual shares. On the other hand, I do trade a lot of options, so that's kind of where I take more risk. But this company right now is just too much risk for me right now. I don't see any benefit in them offering doing a stock offering at such a discount from where the stock is currently trading at. But if they release on January 12th in their press release on what they are going to be using the funds for, and it's very good news, it's possible that they could be using the funds for a merger. It's possible that they could be acquiring another company to help streamline their production and distribution process of their Saphyr product. And they could also say that they're going to be using the funds for research and development, and that would hint at them creating a whole new product, maybe for a different section of the genomic mapping sector. So overall, I think this company is in a tough spot right now. I'm going to stay pretty far away from this one, just because I don't really like that they went from being a penny stock to being traded at a way higher mark and then absolutely crashed down from their highs. I think this is like a FOMO rally, and the money is just pouring out of this company right now. And the share offering was just kind of the nail in the coffin for the short term. I think that this types of technology, though, are going to be really great in the long term. So it's always possible that within the next week, if this keeps following, I throw some money at this company and I establish a position and then not touch it for about 10 years. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed what I had for you in this BioNano Genomics update, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and comment down below your thoughts on if you're going to keep your position in BNGO, if you've already sold, or if you're considering getting in on this dip.